Hi, my name is Denise Nalley. I'm an office assistant here at the University of Kentucky at Central Hall 1.
So how long have you been insured?
Um, I have had private life insurance since April of 2008. I have always had life insurance as any specific job that I had. I've carried, they offer, any special life insurance. I've always gotten that as a benefit. But I've taken extra coverage since 2008.
Okay. Do you think that was really beneficial that your jobs offered that?
Oh, definitely. As a younger person, you don't always think of the importance of health insurance. I mean, life insurance. It's just one of those benefits that you go, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But as you get older and have more responsibilities, like a child, or and then you have house payments and car payments, it becomes a necessity. So when it came with my job, it was just like one of those benefits.
Yeah.
But
So what caused you to want more coverage?
I was a single mother with a child, and I thought, oh my gosh, here I've got a home, and I've got a child that's going to have a college education whether I'm here or not. And so I thought, I've got to make sure that if I'm not here, that he has a home to live in, and somebody, there will be somebody to take care of him, and he'll have a college education. So, I actually have a policy that if nothing happens to me and I'm 73 years old, I get all of my premiums back.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and because by that time my son's going to be well educated and hopefully gainfully employed and taking care of himself, and so then it won't be such a burden as a parent.
That's really different from what I've seen. People actually think about, they buy life insurance just in case something happens to them, or as when something happens to them. So their children get that benefit. But I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, you pay a little more for it.
Uh-huh.
But my thought on it was, well, you know what? That's going to be money when I'm 73 that will be very helpful for me.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, you can get that. Like I said, it costs a little more, but
It's worth it.
If I'm 73, it sure will be nice for a rainy day. But then you're not covered anymore. But I don't need it.
I understand. Was the process of getting insured? I know you said that you got insured through your work. Was that difficult through your work?
No, with your work, I mean, it just comes with it. Like we give you X amount of life insurance. These are your benefits. So that just came with it.
Okay.
At one point, I was employed as a flight attendant, and so we got extra life insurance. Like in the event something happened, you would get special. There was certain coverage that you would get that you didn't sign up. You didn't sign up for or pay for. This was just these were your benefits.
Okay.
But when I got my private policy, that led that led to getting a hold of someone, getting a whole bunch of different quotes, looking at different companies, and going through it that way.
So was that? That was more difficult than it was through your job, right?
Right. I mean,
Okay.
it was a different process, and I wouldn't even call it. Was really not difficult. It was just a matter of taking time and deciding what I wanted.
Okay. Can you walk us through that process one more time? You said you started by looking at different
quotes. I
quotes.
started by making one of those phone calls to an agent, and their job is they cover all the companies.
Okay.
And they gave me different price quotes for different options for
different companies?
Different companies, and so I read through, and then when I decided on the policy that I wanted, and I would get a certain amount back, that appealed to me, so that's what I went with. And then they pretty much take care of the rest. That was just like, okay, so when do you want to schedule your health visit? Because they do come, but they come to you. They come to you at your convenience, and it's kind of like a free physical.
Oh, okay.
You know, so yeah.
So you mentioned that you've had life insurance basically your whole working life. How early do you think other people should start thinking about getting life insurance?
Well, if you don't have it, you know, if you don't work, or if you don't have it with your work, I, you know, when you just have to remember, like if you go out and buy a home
Mm-hmm.
and something happens to you, your family has to take care of it. That's a debt that has to be figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's something that I think you need to think about as you get older, but specifically when you have children.
Mm.
Absolutely, when you have children.
You have children.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other added benefits with your life insurance? I know you mentioned that when you get
Right. The term life insurance that, you know, that all the money that I've paid out comes back to me.
Mm.
All my premiums will come back to me after a certain period of time.
that's very helpful too.
Yeah, I mean, you don't feel like you're throwing your money away, but yeah.
So usually when people do their finances, they have a list of things that are priorities. How high do you think life insurance should be on that list of priorities?
If you have a child or any other dependent or anybody else that depends on you, I think it should be right up there with a roof over your head.